what I love about this kit, all right, if you know how to read, if you understand colors, which we all do, if you got one of these in your pocket, which everybody's got, you can provide life-saving care with this kit. I could give this to someone that's not an operator, that's not an emergency responder, that doesn't have training, because they can quickly look at this. It's got digital media that's easily accessible for you to get fast and efficient training.
So we're here with Fred at Fred's Firearms in Oakdale, California today, and we're just talking about gun safety. We're talking about safety in general, and really picking his brain and getting an idea of some of this expertise that he has with gun owners. We're talking about CCWs. We're talking about range safety and things like that. So, Fred, thanks for giving us your time.
Of course.
We just have a few questions, and you know, we know that you're an expert in this field. You sell a lot of guns and you provide CCW classes, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so just here's a question for you. How many of the people that come and buy guns from you or take CCW classes, how many of those people do you think carry a trauma kit that, one, a trauma kit, or two, a trauma kit that they actually are very comfortable with, know how to use?
Less than 20%. So less than, you're probably looking, you know, each class that we have, you might have in 10, one hand that is raised if you're asked who here has a trauma kit. If we've got a class of 20 now, again, if you've got an emergency responder that doesn't have 832, doesn't have the right to carry when they're off duty, so, you know, fire, paramedics, those kind of guys, security, and they're very well trained, they're in understanding of trauma. You know, firefighters are going out there using it all the time, paramedics using it on a regular basis. They're going to have that because they just live that. They understand it and they know it. They would not go out without it. But your person that's going to a firm, your person that is an office worker, your person that is in the ag industry, it takes that certain person that gets it and says, no, I'm gonna do this. And that's the mindset we're trying to get people into. So that question, if you look at standard, out of 100 students, I might have 15 that actually carry this.
Wow.
How important would you rank that? You know, if you're going to carry a gun off duty with a concealed carry weapons permit, CCW, do you think it's important to carry a trauma kit of some sort with you?
100%. You got to get that. It just goes with that territory. It's like the bullets or the cleaning kit or the holster goes with the gun. You know, you're not running around with this firearm open-handed out in the public. You know, you're not going to put it in a t-shirt pocket or something like that and let it weigh your clothes down. You just won't do that. Okay, it's irresponsible. It's not okay or respectable to the people that you're going to be around or yourself. You're going to have a proper holster. You're going to fit that thing comfortably. You're going to be confident with that mechanism that you're carrying around. The same goes for this. Be confident of your surrounding. Be respectful of those people that you're around. Be respectful of yourself, okay, and the people that you care for. You know, carry a trauma kit with you, and if you're going to take that responsibility to carry a firearm and you're going to be in public areas with that firearm, then understand the importance of it and have yourself a trauma kit so that, God forbid you needed to, you could use it. It's the same thing as a firearm. Your car insurance. If you have car insurance, the last thing you want to do is get into some hard collision where you could obtain injury. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to stop having your car insurance, okay? Because you need it if it's there. You need it to protect the public that's around you. This is the same thing. You hope you never have to use it. Knock on wood. We don't ever want to have to use this. But what if it's not there and you did have to use it? Well, you just lost your life or you lost the life of a loved one. So it's very essential to carry that.
So a trauma kit, which is something that is typically overlooked, you know, how would you describe that as part of your
everyday carry?
Yeah, everyday carry.
When you look at a trauma kit and you look at a firearm, and the two kind of go hand in hand, here's the importance in my opinion. Just don't carry unless you have one. That's how important it is. I mean, you know, I carry pretty much wherever I go. I'll never ever get into a vehicle that doesn't have one of these. I will never ever go to a shooting facility where I don't have some type of range bag or kit. And guess what it has? one of these in it, and it's always within reach. Not only my student base, but my associates and the people that I decide to train with or that I'm around are aware of what I have, and I'm usually wanting to be aware of what they have as well. So if something does happen, we can intermingle it. But what I like about this is the simplicity that anybody can understand this. This is nothing that, what you guys have done by coming up with this design has opened the playing fields and opened the floodgates really, and I hope that people take advantage of it for supplying the public and respecting the public for having something that is easy to understand and operate, and getting them more interested in something that's essential as well, especially when it comes to carrying firearms and knives and other things.
So let me ask you this question. We have a country that's kind of divided with a couple different types of people, right? Some people are really into firearms, they support Second Amendment, and some people don't, which is okay. Everybody has their own opinion on
Yep.
What side they stand on, whether they like guns or they don't. We get posed this question. I don't like guns. I don't own a gun. I'm not a gun person. So in what world would I need a trauma kit? Why would I even need a trauma kit? That seems ridiculous. We get that all the time. So in your opinion,
I don't like car accidents, but I'm going to drive a car. I don't want to, if I decide to become a pedestrian where cars have access to me, which is any sidewalk and near any public roadway, I don't want to get run over, all right? I don't want that to happen. So you don't have to be a gun lover. You can even be against it. It's your God-given American freedom, and all of us that do love it will keep your rights, because if you don't have that Second Amendment, the rest of them will fall. And that's not meant to be like a little stab in too much of a way. Please, have your rights. Do whatever you want. I support that. But just because you don't like something, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be prepared for an outcome if it ever happens.
That's a good point. So look, I know you're a big gun guy, clearly, and you've got all kinds of great equipment, right? So
Sure.
I'm confident that you have a more tactical style trauma kit.
Yes, I do. Let me grab that sucker and take this
Okay,
bad
so
boy
can you
back
just
out.
run us through like a comparison of your trauma kit versus the TOPKit, and why one is different, what situations, things like that?
Yeah, so a trauma kit like this is going to be more easily recognized by your military, your law enforcement, your emergency responders. And you're going to have this operator's trauma kit, and it's got all kinds of goodies in it. It has a few of the essentials that are necessity. The kit wouldn't be the kit without those essentials that are in this top. But it has a bunch of other things as well. The comparison between the two, and we'll leave price out of this because this sucker is going to cost a whole lot more than this one. But the comparison of the two is if I'm teaching a CCW class or a beginner's course, or even in some cases an intermediate course, most of the people that are getting taught with firearms that they can be damaging if they're misused, all right, they're not going to understand or know what this is. So it's knowing and it's understanding. The difference, and what's important to understand, is in a kit like this, yeah, you have all kinds of these different things. If you need to perform some type of a on-site surgery or something, but the essentials that you need right here that are easy to understand to get somebody to that hospital or get somebody to that medical professional that is going to break one of these out, this is so much easier to understand. I can't just give this to somebody that doesn't have tens or hundreds of hours of training with it and doesn't live by it. They're not going to understand what all this stuff is in here, and that's okay. And I'm not knocking the people that do. If you're someone that doesn't have that profession of emergency response and you do, hey, my thumbs up. My heart goes out to you. Talk to your people around you and see if you can convince them. But get them to take a hold of this, because you just do not need the hours and hours and hours and the lifestyle of training to just understand this. And that's the difference between these two. Forget about the expense, wipe that off. A human life is worth more than your house or whatever, okay? But This is the one that you want to go out and get. You don't want to go out and get on Amazon and try and be a professional unless you've got that training with it, or some of these operator sites, these distribution sites, you know, that have these things, and they're like, oh, well, this must be better because it's $400 or $500. Not the case. Do you know how to use the stuff inside of it? Do you need the stuff inside of it? This has all your essentials for a very low cost, and this is what you should be carrying. That'd be the difference.
Who would you feel comfortable giving a TOPKit to versus
Anybody,
this
man.
kit?
I mean, seriously, you know, like age 10 and up, like anyone. I mean, I could give this to someone that's not an operator, that's not an emergency responder, that doesn't have training, because they can quickly look at this. It's got digital media that's easily accessible for you to get fast and efficient training. So there's no one, I mean, I would much rather, like, if I went out with my wife, you know, I would much rather her get a hold of this, because she's in a panicking situation, going to be able to get this open and go for it. People don't realize that things can happen. You need to be prepared for it. This would be a traumatic incident that you'd never want to have to use these products for. You'd want to have them on standby. But if they did happen, you want to make sure that anybody around you, even in a situation where their adrenaline's up and their mind isn't going too well, they can go to this and they can get easy understanding in order to take action. This kit is going to stay good for as long as you're not using it. And if you do use it, don't you think that that little bit of money was so worth it? So this is better than insurance. It's not a reoccurring monthly payment. It's a one-time fee. You get this kit, you keep it. If you want to share this love and you know a bunch of people that you think, hey, guys, these cheap wads, you know, don't want to spend this small amount of money, it's a great Christmas gift. It's a good birthday gift. I mean, you know, feel for the people that you love and go out and get one of these things and give it to them to keep in their car or their bedside, or in their kit, in their tactical kit that they're taking to the range. What I love about this kit, all right, if you know how to read, if you understand colors, which we all do, if you got one of these in your pocket, which everybody's got, you can provide life-saving care with this kit.